Welcome everyone to the first of our Day 0 builds for the new Attack on Titan Origins of Power characters. We're going to start our series with Armin Arlert, Brilliant Mind, a 6 hand size, 31 health character with the Survey Core trait, and he has the Death and Order symbols this time as opposed to, I believe, Order and Life was his previous. So he has two abilities, which are really interesting. The first is Form, so anytime during your turn where you could play a card, you may play this ability. Once per turn, sacrifice one foundation, there's your cost. Search your deck for one card and build it face down. You cannot play attacks for the rest of the turn. So what's cool is you can sacrifice, after you're done playing your attacks, you can sacrifice a committed foundation and build a any card from your deck face down, ready. Pretty powerful. And then response, after you play a keyword ability or an outwit ability, which is new to Attack on Titan Origins of Power, your rival commits one foundation. If this is the third time that you've played this ability this turn, commit this card. So he obviously wants to play with the new outwit cards, so that's kind of what we focused on here. So as such, we're going to go through the foundations first, a little bit backwards, but it'll show you kind of what we're trying to do with Armin. And the first foundation is Battle Plan, a 4/5 with a 3 low block. As a response, Outwit. So to play an Outwit ability, the card has to be face down and ready in your stage. Then the response will trigger whenever it has the response triggered as the Outwit. Hello, Sam. As the Outwit cost, basically, you have to unflip the foundation and commit it at the same time. So if Battle Plan is face down ready in your stage, after one of your foundations is committed due to a rival effect, your rival sacrifices one foundation. So say this is face down ready in your stage, your rival says stun 1, you commit one other foundation, then you unflip and commit Battle Plan to force your rival to sacrifice one foundation. A pretty powerful ability, really. And then it also has an enhance. Your attack gets +1 speed. So it works while it's face up, and it works while it's face down. So we can build this in from our deck with Armin Arlert's ability. We can build it from our deck straight face down into our stage and circumvent that 4 diff as well. We have Cut Deep. This is a 2/4 with a 3 mid block. The weapon keyword. First enhance, so the first enhance that you have to choose to use during the enhance step. Flip one foundation, so that's a good way to reuse our outwit abilities is to flip them back face down. So Cut Deep, flip one foundation. If your attack deals damage to a character, your rival loses 2 health. So it's really strong, plus it's a way to get our outwit cards back face down so we can trigger their abilities once more. We have Pushing Limits. This is a 1/5 with a 3 high block. Response Flip. After you sacrifice one or more foundations, draw one card. So this works with our Form. After we sacrifice a foundation to build in a ready foundation, we can then flip this to draw a card. So we get a ready foundation and draw a card at the cost of a committed foundation. Pretty neat. We have Reinforcements. This is a 3/5 with a 3 high block. It has a static. After this foundation is sacrificed to pay a cost, build the top card of your deck face down. So if we have this committed and we sacrifice it for Armin's Form, we get 2 face down foundations ready in our stage, which is really, really cool. Risky Gamble. This is a 1/5 with a 2 mid block. It's got response, Outwit. After your rival draws one or more cards during the combat phase, draw one card. We like drawing when our rival draws, keeping that card advantage even. And then it has Deadlock Enhance, Flip, destroy one rival foundation. So in Deadlock, you get to selectively target a rival foundation to destroy. Really powerful card there. We have Buying Time. This is a 2/5 with a 4 mid block. Gross. With response, Outwit. After your rival plays an attack, look at the top card of your deck. You may discard one card. If you do, build the top card of your deck face down. So if you see that you have an Outwit ability on a card on top of your deck, or maybe like a bad check, you can discard a card from your hand to build that foundation in. So you lose a ready foundation by having to unflip and commit buying time, but you can gain another ready foundation as well. So that's pretty cool. And then we have Deadlock Enhance, Flip, Draw 2 cards, which is really cool. In Deadlock, this can fuel its own Outwit requirements. And you get to draw 2 cards, which is always nice. We have Desperate Tactics. This is a 1/5 with a 2 low block. Response Outwit. After your rival plays an ability that reduces the speed or damage of your attack, they commit 1 foundation. So this is anytime they try to mess with the stats of your attack, you can offensively stun them by outwitting. And if you have like 3 of these face down ready, and your rival says, oh, Incubating, remove a card for -1 speed, you just committed 3 of their foundations. That is ridiculously good. We have Irwin's Ruse, a 2/5 with a 2 mid-block. It's got Enhance, Flip 1 foundation. This attack gets -1 speed or +1 damage. So we can get a bit of damage on our cards or minus speed on our rivals while resetting our Outwit costs, which is pretty cool. We have Titan Injection. This is a really good Outwit card. It's a 4/5 with a 2 mid-block. You're only allowed to have 1 copy of Titan Injection in your deck. But response Outwit, remove, spend 1 momentum. So the whole cost is you unflip it, commit it, remove it, spend a momentum. That's a lot of steps. Before the damage step of your rival's attack, reduce its damage to your current health -1. So if you know the asset Airy, it is Airy on a foundation with Outwit. Pretty easy, but also just incredibly good. Because especially if you build this in without your rival knowing where it is or what it is, you can just save yourself at the end. This is primo Outwit ability. We have Eaten by the Bearded Titan. Tenacious Sacrifice for -3 speed on a 2/5 with a 3 high block is always good. Smiling Death, a 2/5 with a 2 mid-block. Response, remove after this card is destroyed. Sacrificing is destroying. You get to selectively flip 1 rival foundation. So if we sacrifice it with Armin, we get to also selectively flip a rival foundation. The Ambition of Irwin Smith, a 2/5 with a 3 mid-block. It's got Enhance, Sacrifice, commit 1 rival foundation. It is also unique, so you can only have 1 in your stage at a time. So Sacrifice, commit 1 rival foundation. Or as a death response, which we are a death character, so we have access to this response. Once per turn, after you sacrifice 1 or more foundations, draw 1 card. So again, sacrificing with Armin's ability to then draw a card. Really, really good there. We have Confronting the MLA, a 1/5 with a 2 high block. Response, remove. After this foundation is destroyed, your rival spends a momentum. So we have a lot of synergy with our foundations that if we sacrifice them with Armin or any of our other abilities, we can mess with our rival's stuff. We can flip their foundations. We can draw cards. We can have them spend momentum. Really, really powerful. We have Weapons Clash. This is a 2/5 with a 3 high block. Enhance, destroy sacrifice 1 face down foundation. This attack gets -2 damage to a minimum of 1. If we are flipping a bunch of foundations, even if they're not Outwit foundations, we can sacrifice them for even more damage reduction, which is really good. And then Enhance Flip, build the top card of your deck face down committed. This could be a very easy card to sacrifice for Armin to build something else in. We have Beneath the Armor, 2/5, 3 low block. Enhance once per turn, flip 1 foundation. This attack gets +2 or -2 damage. We get to reset our Outwit triggers, and we get +2 or -2 damage. So that's pretty cool. And if we didn't reset an Outwit, let's say we flipped a committed face-up foundation, we can then sacrifice it for Weapons Clash. That's -4 damage. That's pretty good when we're sitting on a 6 hand size 31 health character. Speaking of, we have Syndicate Target, a 0/6 with a 0 low block. After we block with it, we will lose 1 health, but it's there for the 6 check. It's a good build, plus it's easy sacrifice fodder for any of our sacrifice costs or flip costs. It's just all around a good card. We have Always Cool, a 2/5 with a 2 low block. It's got a static that says this card cannot leave your card pool during the combat phase. It's got the ranged and taunt keywords. It says Enhance, add this card to your card pool, build the top 2 cards of your deck. So we trade 1 face-up ready foundation for 2 face-down ready foundations. But it's mainly here for the response, sacrifice. After an attack is played, its damage cannot be modified. We don't want big Smiling Titan damage, so we're just going to get rid of it. And last in foundations, we have Learning to Harden, a 2/5 with a 2 mid-block. It says Enhance Commit. This attack gets -2 speed or +2 damage. So, damage boost for us, speed hate for the rival, and a death response. We are a death character. After this card is destroyed, draw 1 card. Again, we love just ramping up our resources by playing our character. We form, sacrifice Learning to Harden, we build a foundation, and draw a card. Really good. So moving on to our attack lineup, now that we've seen all of the cool, tricky foundations we're playing with, we have Instant Shining Flash. This is a 4/3, 4 high for 4 with a 1 low block, charge, ranged, and weapon keywords. Enhance, flip 1 foundation. The next card you try to play this turn gets -1 difficulty. So we reset an Outwit trigger, and our next attack gets -1 difficulty. Pretty cool. And response, after we play this card, our rival spends a momentum. We love getting rid of our rival's momentum, so that's really cool. We have Colossus SWAT, a 6/3, 5 low for 5 with a 3 high block. It's got Powerful 4 and Titan. So Powerful 4 is nothing to sneeze at. It's a lot of damage coming in if you've got some momentum stocked up. It has a Blitz. Build the top 2 cards of your deck face down. At the end of your turn, sacrifice them. So it's kind of like a death version of, what's it called? Lightning Rod. But what's really good is we can build those, commit them to pass checks, and then sacrifice one of them for Armin's form, and it's basically just a free build because it was going to get sacrificed anyway. We have Serum Transformation, a 5/3, 5 low for 5 with a 1 high block. Okay. It's got Breaker 1 and Titan. So with all of our other abilities like the Outwit, committing things, Breaker will force our rival to commit something with Armin's response. Powerful will also do that. So imagine Breaker blocking and then committing a rival foundation because you played a Breaker block. That's really, really strong. We have Sneak Attack. This is a 5/3, 3 low for 6 with a 2 mid block and the weapon keyword. It has Blitz. If you have 2 or more face down foundations, this attack gets +3 speed. So just for playing our character the way we want to play it, it's a 6 low 6. On a 5 diff, that's pretty good rate. We have Attack Titan's Wide Swinging Blow. This is a 5/3, 5 low for 3, 2 low block. It's got the Titan keyword. It's got Blitz. You may flip 1 foundation. This attack gets +1 damage for each of your ready face-down foundations. This is a huge kill card. So not only are you resetting your Outwits, you're getting a whole bunch of damage on top of that. So really, really cool there. And speaking of cool, we have Battle Aura Release, a 4/3, 4 high for 4 with a 2 mid block, charge and ranged keywords. Enhance, flip 1 foundation, draw 1 card. We like resetting our triggers and drawing. And then enhance, this attack gets +X damage. X equals the number of face down foundations in your stage. Maximum 4. So this could become a 4 high for 8. Which is really not bad, especially if you're throwing it at the end of a string. Onto assets, we have Vertical Maneuvering Equipment, just one of the best assets in the game right now. 2/5 with a 1 mid block. Enhance, spend a momentum. This attack gets +3 or -3 speed, and you may change its zone. And enhance, commit. This attack gets +2 damage. If it deals damage to a backup, ready this asset. And lastly, we have Showdown, a 3/4 with a 3 high block. Response, after you block with this card, selectively commit 2 rival foundations. Or response, commit 2 foundations. After your rival plays an ability on an action card, cancel it. So that is going to be the basics for Armin Arlert. I leaned more heavily into the Outwit play of this on the death symbol, but obviously you could run him on order and run more of a stun package, and with him, the first 3 times you stun, you're committing an additional foundation, and then you have to commit him. So you obviously wouldn't want to do that if you're planning on using his form, but you could also play a bunch of breaker abilities, stuff like that. But yeah, he has a lot of potential. He's got a lot of moving parts, and I think he's going to be very interesting to play. He's definitely going to be sneaky. And it's just going to be really fun to see what different moving parts and mechanics people try to play with him. But that's going to be the day 0 for Armin. Armin Arlert, Brilliant Mind. What do you guys think of him? Do you guys think you want to lean real heavy into the outwit plan? Or are you going to go more like stun, breaker, and just commit your rival's whole board out, and your rival never has any foundations up? I could see it going either way. But let me know in the comments what you think of Armin and what you thought of the deck, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.